Good evening, everybody. I'd like to open the meeting now. It's 5:07. I'd like to, got a record of attendance. We have no apologies for tonight. Do we have any leaves of absence for our next meeting in September from any building? No, we'll move on then. Sponsor previous public questions taken on notice. We have nil, please. Public question and statement time. Does anyone want to speak or?
Yeah, I'm just going to be, I've got a question I want to ask. That's all right. For the sake of the record, my name is Paul Nobles and I live in Jefferson Close, about Magnet here.
Yep.
Up at Watson Street, what's the plan with, I believe there's curbs to be removed in Watson Street. What's the plan there? Well, why are the curbs to be removed?
So the water can flow off the street into the actual centre.
Okay, but it already does that. I cut a drain in there in 2013. The problem there, 2013. The creek just flowed and the dams just filled up. It had storms on Saturday night. I've got photos there of it dry on 9 o'clock on Sunday morning. That problem's been solved 12 or 13 years ago.
But when you took the photograph, did you see the curbing that's there?
Yeah, it's only damaged in a couple of areas. It's just to be repaired. It's quite simple and quite cheap. I've already done curb repairs on both of those islands in the past.
Yep.
So where you do your U-turn bit, the mixed place, actually where I cut the drain in on the other side, I repaired that. Was one of the first jobs I did back in 2011 or something like that for the Shire.
So yeah, that's what we're going to try and do, fix that up. And then there's going to have to be trees and some reticulation going in there also.
Yeah, but it already drains in there. It drains properly.
But through those cracks that you've just said.
No,
No, it comes into.
no, not at all. Because it's a bowl. It has no tributaries that goes to it. It only has what lands in there, which means the water doesn't accumulate along the curbs like it would though in a big catchment area as it goes down. The water seeps on the road's almost flat. So to augment the curbs or to cut into the curbs there is futile. It's like a bathtub and it collects down at the very bottom. To put more than one drain in a bath is futile. It has a drain at the lowest point there. It doesn't show on the record because I cut it in, I didn't ask anyone, I didn't tell anyone, I could see the problem, I had my own tools, renewed it, and cut it out myself, and the neighbours come out and said thank you. And you haven't had a water problem there since. I'm all for curbs coming up here, it's fantastic, really, please do. But we've got so much unfinished infrastructure. Let them come up here and finish the road up there and the curbs so we can form the gutters so it works properly. Then you'll be able to put your footpaths in. And the levels on that side there already work. It's already proud of the curb to put a footpath in at 2% higher than the top of the curb. It will all work. This side here, it won't because the footpath is lower than what the top of the curb would be. The biggest problem Mount Magnet has when it comes to stormwater and drainage, the single biggest problem is you don't have a height for your crossovers. A crossover is from the road verge to the boundary property line. Everywhere I've worked, I've been a brick paper all my adult life. Everywhere I've worked, I have a height for crossovers. This brings in a formula for stormwater, for lids, for deep surfaces, and all kinds of things like that. With this height, there's 2% height, 3% up in the tropics where it flows a little bit different. But the way of carving up the verges and things like that up here, you know, I know the difference between a drain and a puddle. Clearly some people don't because puddles don't drain and drains clearly shouldn't puddle. But it can be fixed up there. But please reassess the water in the Watson Street itself because the drain does work. The drain is there at the optimum point, the lowest point.
Yep.
My biggest concern of augmenting the curbs there is that only just holds water on the sandstone side there because the drains don't work so well at the end of the road. And if we take anything off there, you'll now have you'll risk having a tributary now going into there and making the problem worse. So please be very, very careful before you touch any curbs up there.
Yep.
I'm happy to work with anyone with levels and show you exactly how they work.
Yep.
So,
All right.
but you will not improve the drainage in there in any way other than having what you did when you went and dug deeper. That improved the drainage dramatically. That's the best thing you could have done, and you have done it.
Well,
So no matter what you do, it will not drain better than what it does now. There's plenty of other puddles in Mount Magnet that hold water for a lot longer than that does. So yeah, but please have curbs come up here and put new infrastructure in with it rather than taking old stuff out and redoing it. Okay. please. Thank you, that's all I'm saying.
Paul,
All right, thank you.
thank you. Anybody else, thanks? All right, so we've got presentations and deputations. Would you like the students to stand up and speak to us? Introduce yourself and. So yeah, I'd like to welcome you both. Really appreciate you coming in. Your event was fantastic, okay? So we're looking forward to your report. And I really appreciate you both coming in as well, so thank you.
Well, I was the MC tonight and
Yeah, you did a great job.
got some of the feedback forms on a printout for you to just have a look at.
Would you like to come a bit closer, Aurora, to the microphone now?
Yeah, sorry. Oh, well, it was a pretty fun night. We did a lot of things, like we played a few games with our seniors, such as the heads and tails game. A lot of people enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun. And we also had our left and right game, which was pretty good. We handed presents out and everybody got something. Some of them were pretty bad. Some of them were good. And that led to us doing our swapping game where we would pull a number out of a hat. Somebody would steal presents. Pretty good. We also had jokes that were played near the end, which we had some seniors tell some pretty good jokes, lots of fun. And we had our greeting staff. We had a lot of feedback on that as well. And some of the people that were new to it, they did pretty good. And that's all I have to say.
I mean, considering I was head waiter last year, it was struggling, but it was fun to help them out and guide them to what they needed to do. We had fun.
I'll give you some feedback. You guys are absolutely awesome. You know, I was at that event and to watch all your students working together, all without argument or anything like that, was an actual credit to all of you and to your teachers and staff at the school also, but mainly yourselves. Your behaviour was just unprecedented. So I'm really grateful to see you doing it. I know the people that actually attended that event were more than happy, overly happy by it. Councillor Williams was at the same event.
I'd like to second what the president said.
Yeah, you're absolutely fabulous, and it's really good to see you coming out of your shells and getting confidence and really working in our community. And I'm really grateful for you doing what you do. So keep your head up, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a fantastic job, and we really appreciate from the council point of view what you do. Okay, so and also relate back to the rest of your students in your group, because you did a great job. You really did. And like I said, no arguments. I was watching this together. You're all helping each other out. If someone had a problem, like Riley would say, well, you've got to go and pick that up and help that guy. And it's so good to watch. So really well done. And secondly, thanks for coming in. I know it's pretty hard to stand up in front of all these people and talk, but Aurora, you're fantastic at it now. I would say that. And same with yourself, Riley. Your self-confidence has really come up. And I think that's really good for what you do. So thank you.
And I'd like to add also from the visitors event from Caravan Park, who found out about it that day, they were most impressed. They'd never been to any other show where children from school, students from school, had presented the food and everything else the way that you guys did. So they were pretty well stoked that our students here have been having training to do that sort of thing. So well done. The word's spreading.
Owen, do we have any questions? About the homework?
Doing it next year, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay,
done.
well done.
And can I go final by saying as well? Thank you to the council for supporting the event as well and other events that are happening in Mount Magnet. It's great to have.
And the school also really appreciates the fact that you give school the opportunity to join in with these community events. Because it's very hard to find opportunities for the students to practice any of those skills and to develop those public speaking skills.
Well, they did a fantastic job. It's a credit to the school and everyone down there as well, and the students. They've done a great job. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.
Pardon me. I don't. Declarations of interest. I've got two from Councillor Black regards to some items later on. Yeah. Then
I'm just not sure you can play the student.
that's me.
Just getting the shot of interest, please.
So the interest. Cool. You.
Thank you.
Um. Applications for leave of absence, we have nil today. Right. The confirmation minutes from July 2025, 23rd of July. Need to. You haven't got a sheet. Okay. All right, so I need someone to move that council endorse the minutes of the ordinary meeting held on the 23rd of July 2025 as circulated to be confirmed as true and correct record of the proceedings. Someone to move that, please. Councillor Homewood. Councillor Black, second of the motion, sorry. Is there any questions from that? At the end when I bring up or anything? No? All right then, let's vote on this recommendation that we approve the minutes from the 23rd of July 2025 meetings. Harry? Announcements were provided by the presiding member without notice. Well, I was actually going to say something about the kids event, but they come in tonight and done it for me. So it's a fantastic event, and it's, I must say, I went to it and I was so really impressed with their behaviour, the way they conducted themselves, and the confidence that they had. They're getting better every time, and it's a testimony to the kids and also to the school, and you know the efforts that everyone puts in around years. You know, we don't have all bad people in the community. It's just a fallacy, I'm afraid. All right, elected members' presentations and reports. We'll start with Councillor Black today, Floyd.
Last next meeting, of course.
Yep.
Went to the farewell the other night, which well organised by the guys.
Yeah.
Very successful, and know that Jane and Cora were very appreciative of that event. And I just had the normal phone calls about various issues over the last month.
Yeah.
Of which some of these things will be hearing a little later on.
Councillor Williams?
No, I don't.
You go to Warmers?
I'm sorry?
Warmers? Did you go to Winter Warmers?
Yes, I went to winter warming.
Yep.
I did say that.
I just sorry,
Oh.
you said. At least they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
All right, Councillor Kelly.
Small horse.
Yep.
Jamie and Forest farewell, the winter warmer. Budget meeting, the tourism dinner.
Yep.
Science expo, no, and I'm not sure whether it was last month that Shane Love came, is that what they did?
That was after the last meeting.
The tour
Stood in the bottom of the pool. Yeah.
It was gone up. Councillor Jones.
The Geo Regions Tourism Dinner.
Yep.
The small halls. Budget meetings,
Yep.
Jamie and Cora's farewell. I was at the winter warmer for the preparations.
Yep.
The Science 360 STEM Expo.
Yep.
That's even me.
Councillor Homewood.
I was at Shane Love's.
Yep.
Thing, the election seminar, what do you want to call it?
Yeah. Briefing, yeah, tenant briefing.
All the budget meetings, MRVC on the 13th, where, it's relatively uneventful. We've got a few erosion issues that we're gonna go and have a look at towards the end of next month. It's, about the whole lot of that meeting.
Yep.
And I was at Jamie Corr's send off as well, so,
Yeah, thanks for that too.
Through the chair, I went to the MRVC meeting as well.
Yep.
So,
Cool. So, went to the, community events. I went to the small halls. We had, a dinner with the board from the, what were they called?
Australia's Golden Outback.
Australia's Golden Outback, right, yeah. So their board came up here and had a meeting. I presented at their meeting about Mount Magnet prior to it. They had their meeting and then we had a dinner that night with the board members. And that was quite interesting. I went to the winter warmers, which was, is fantastic. The farewell for Jamie and Cora also, which is well representative and great people. Shane Love was quite an interesting conversation with Shane about things that are going on. We took him down to the pool and showed him exactly what we require, so he can see the problem that we're having. I went to the budget meetings, etc. But also I went up to Shire and meet Farah for their council meeting just recently and addressed them with regards to our last motion at our special meeting with regards to that the miscellaneous licenses and our motion for the Volga conference, and just asked while we're there, give them a bit more of a rundown on it and their support for that conference, because I know they've got delegates going to it. So I spoke to them, and so they're in support of what we're doing in that respect as well. So they're a full bottle on it. They didn't contribute to helping us, but they're quite happy to continue on the support. So yeah, all right. So we've done that, elected members present. So chief executives, presentations and reports. 11.1, the action register project updates, CO KPI performance schedule and staff metrics report. Go through there.
I assume councillors have all read the action register. So with the caravan park and the depot rezoning, the EPA have come back and said there's no requirement for them to investigate, so that's gone back for the minister to approve. Amendment 6, still no updates. Application for subdivision, so that's in relation to the industrial estate around tenure. No updates on that. 108 Hepburn Street, Mount Magnet. The president had a discussion with Mr. O'Brien on currently obtaining a valuation on the property from the land valuer. And the council can make a decision on that shortly. Mount Magnet Racecourse lease is still in review by the race committee. The DPLH matter, the lot 400 lease has been terminated and they still have not provided me with an update on their plans for 16 Kennedy Court. The application was successful. The courts are to be resurfaced this year, as we just discussed in the budget meeting. Ramelius have returned their agreements to me. They've separated out the community benefit from the road agreement, and I'm just reviewing those. I was a bit consumed with the budget the last couple of weeks since that came in, but I will review that in the next couple of days and provide feedback to council. Differential rates have been approved, so we can, once the budget's adopted, we can issue the rates. The amendment local law has been advertised for comment as required. The motion appears in the Wolga AGM agenda, and the accommodation expansion, the applicant was notified of council decision at the meeting. There's a development application with this agenda, and they are holding a community consultation event tomorrow afternoon. They've taken quite seriously council's request for community consultation on the golf course. So they immediately stepped on board and organised a consultation.
is that tomorrow afternoon?
Tomorrow afternoon,
Between 3 and 5, is that correct?
I think so, yes. If there's not enough response there, then I will get them to put out a online
I think.
as well.
Yeah.
In relation to the projects that we've got online, the integrated planning and reporting, the finalisation of the council plan has been delayed because of preparations for the budget. As I discussed with councillors, the long-term financial plan will be included with that, so it's going to be quite robust. And the public health plan will also be a part of that as well. The office and administration building, I've engaged Slattery to do another estimation on the cost of that building, because I think the previous estimation that we had was low at the start, but that was 2.5 years ago, and costs have increased so much that if we're going to do any applications, we need a valid current cost.
Well, now.
Yeah. Airport entry statements, I don't have an update on that, and we have had some trouble getting that work done, unfortunately, but we will continue to pursue it. Caravan park expansion project is on hold until we have some clarity around tenure still. I'll leave that item in here, however. Headmaster House, I have our grant writing consultant currently putting up an application to Lottery West for that. And the nature playground is also part of the community strategic. Industrial estate, I'm going to remove that from here because it's part of the resolutions further prior around access and land tenure still, so it's a double up. And the cinema redevelopment, we're just waiting for budget endorsement, and that will likely be turf installation time in the cinema itself. The first KRA on my performance review was to workshop councillors to develop a budget. So we've had a number of workshops, and at this stage, budget will be endorsed on Friday. So we should still need the budget adoption timeframe. Staff metrics, lost time injury. We haven't had any lost time injury, but we've had leave taken. So in July, 12% of work hours were taken as leave, and 4.5 hours were provided in emergency services. So that's call out, that's the word. In July, we've had one new staff member. Welcome again, Anita, and we've had one resignation. Sorry? No, the resignation was the contract accountant that we had working to fill in between them everyone. Training provided, we've sent Margie off to do the essentials of engagement, which is an IP2, IAP2, so the International Association of Public Professionals. So she's embarking on the standardised education path for engagement, which is really positive for this council. I've got the first 3 certificates, and Margie's now going on that path. Lauren attended an update on current employment laws, which was very valuable because we found that there's been a change to the rate for casual workers that we weren't aware of that occurred in April. And there was mental health first attended, really from the rubbish.
Yep. Well then, like someone to move that the council notes the action register project updates and staff metrics report for progress against the KPIs of the chief executive officer as presented. Councillor Jones moved that. I'm going to second that motion. Councillor Black has seconded that. We're all going to vote for this motion, everybody. Carried. All right, if you have reports, 12.1, 12.1.1 is our statement of financial activity was a period ended 30th of June.
Anita, would you like to speak to this at all?
Yeah,
Questions?
through the chair, we've produced the 30th of June financials, and it is pre-audit, just to make sure that everyone understands it, and there will be changes post-audit, and you will get the right figures there.
Yep.
Sorry. And for July as well, you will not have anything to compare with, not the budget.
Next one.
Yep, so the next, so
So, There is, so as Anita said, for June, it's a pre-audit, it's an interim figure.
Yeah.
It is a presentation of what we had in our system at the time.
Okay. Yep. Alderman, someone can move the council adopts a statement of financial activity for the period ending 30th of June 2025 as presented. I'd like to move that. Mr. Jones move that. Someone like to second that motion. Councillor Kelly. I'd like to vote for the council adopts a statement of financial activity for the period ending 30th of June. Voted, carried. There you go. Next page is 55. Okay. 12.1.2 is a statement of a finance activity for the 30th, 1st of July 2025. So this should be like someone to move that council adopts a statement of finance for the period ending 31st of July 2025 as presented. $55. Thank you. I'd like someone to move, we adopt. Councillor Williams move them. Someone to second that motion. Thank you, Councillor Black. There's no questions or anything. Basically, I'm going to carry on. I'm going to vote. Thank you, everybody. Councillor Kelly. Thank you, carried. Next page will be 65. 65. 12.1.3 is our rates, debtors and other financial information report for July 2025. Would you like to speak to this, Leo?
I will.
Consultant?
I'll act as Lauren for this time. So for the end of month, obviously, we've got no rates outstanding for this year because we haven't issued our rates notice yet.
Last year.
So last year's are principally the miscellaneous licences. We have reduced significantly, so we look at the outstanding rates of 1.4. And there is just over $1 million in miscellaneous. Yeah. And back rates. We've come quite a long way in the last couple of years. In clearing the debt. When we look at the debtors reconciliation, there's a couple of these that are being addressed later in the agenda, and a couple of write-offs happen.
Right then. It's endorsed then. I'd like someone to move that council endorse the following reports as attached. The rates reconciliation report as July 2025 and the debtors 90-day actions report for July 2025. I'd like to move this. Someone like to second that, Councillor Flack. We're going to vote for this motion, people. Harry. You. 12.1.4, we're on page 69. Yes. Oh, yeah, 12.4. So this is the Ramelius Community Benefit Fund Advisory Group from February 2025. Right, that must be from another meeting. Must be from July 2025. August 12th. August 12th. It's the 12th of August. February, okay. So, yes.
Okay.
Yep. So we've got the committee endorsed by the looks of it two projects. So one of them was for the Mount Magnet Coding Club. With their math stuff. The Mount Magnets Race Club got a contribution of $5,000 towards their new stables project, which has actually been completed and was used the other day and was full of horses when they come home from Broome. So it's really good. So like someone to move that council receive the minutes of the Ramelius Resources Gold Community Benefits Fund group meeting held on the 12th of August 2025. Second that motion, please. Councillor Black. Thank you. We're going to endorse the minutes. Yep, thank you so much, everybody. Carried. Okay. So we're going to 12.2, page 102. 12.2.1 is our works manager's report for August 2025. So I'll get Jamie to speak to this, please. 102, there you go. Okay, Parks and Gardens Road, please. Spent quite a bit of time on fertilising with the rain coming in over the last week. It's working really pretty. Hopefully we'll see some results in the next couple of weeks. Roadworks, we've completed the Wandanong Holmesville maintenance grading, and we've touched up the Winderview Wandanong Road on the way back in, and we're now out on Mount Farmer Road. We're working back from Dalgaranga. We also repaired a heap of washouts on the tourist road. Which we'll have to go out and do again after the rain on the weekend. You utilised the new little machine for that, didn't you? That worked really well, eh?
Yeah.
So that they're watching them the other day to
Right, a bit of gear, so. We've had significant amounts of rubble and we had to excavate a new Petrescal based slot, with the excavation. Shire property, as always, there's always small plumbing and electrical repairs, and we also managed to, I think we put in the caravan park, 2 power heads were replaced. We're going to sort of work on 2 to 4 a month as we go, because the electrical inspectors have been giving us quite a bit of grief. The swimming pool, which I'm sure is of interest. The contractors that completed the inspection, he's tested all the plumbing, it's held up, there's no leaks within the circuit. But the 2 drains either side, the flexible joints and quite a number of tiles need replacing to get it back in service at this stage. So they've taken off to fill another obligation and they're coming back in the next week or so, and then they're going to give me a estimate of what it's going to take and time to complete it.
You reckon we'll get it done by October? Possibly. Maybe November.
I wouldn't have thought October, but possibly. Yeah.
Cool.
They are well aware that they're only resource. And they quite happy to help us. We've just got to get trades and that's
Thinking of getting the, I think we need to get the sound and vibration testing people here while the pool is empty, so that we can get some absolute data about what's causing the problem.
It does, if you're standing in there at the moment and the road trying to go past.
And then we got through the chair, look at eventually a possible relocation of a smaller pool somewhere.
Well, if we have to, and I don't want to be going down that pathway if we don't have to. So if we can keep this pool operating for another 20 or 30 years, then we will. We can't afford to. And I really don't see the government give us any money to build a new. I can't imagine the government would give us any money to build a new pool right now. Get other priorities.
We'll continue to investigate the options
We-
and
yes, we
the
will.
consequences of the current situation.
Yeah, we could put a liner on it or something similar. There's options that we can do to maintain that pool.
Through the chair, I'd like to ask Jamie, so the actual shell itself's got a cracks in it, has it? Or is it just piping, drainage piping, or
It's
what?
in 4 pieces.
The drainage is fine. There's 2 channels on either side where the water splashes into it and gets recycled through the system. They have some significant leaks in them. They were repaired some time ago with an epoxy, but that'll need to be stripped and replaced. The tiling is definitely causing some of the water to go out through the floor, but it's mainly the flexible joints, which I believe was some 12 to 15 years ago. We've got, they should be done, these guys say every 5 to 6. So, yeah, we've done pretty well with it, but we've got to do it. It's not an insignificant job to fix it now, but if we can do 1 or 2 things. They're looking at 2 possibilities for me. One's to get it open for the season, do a minimum we need to, and then we drain it again next year, and then we go in and get in early and try and repair. As the president said, there is a possibility of a liner, but I haven't heard dollars yet. Okay.
There's
there's-
a problem with the type of tiles that we're using as well, wasn't there?
The tiles that have been used for some of the repairs in the past are household tiles, they're not swimming pool tiles. So it's a very good, that's contributed.
Oh.
Why there's crumbly tiles are probably all the.
Bathroom tiles, not swimming pool tiles.
Because when we went to see Shane Love, councillor, we actually climbed into the pool and a new haul truck went past and we all felt it in the pool.
Yeah.
So it's really significant damage to what's happening through the ground. As the CEO was saying, we should get some sound listening devices and see how much tremors are really going through the ground there, you know. So anyway, Karen and Jane, thank you.
Thank you. UD Prime Leader had to have a radiator replaced due to the impact of that, lump of wood in the middle of the windrow. 2 staff have been booked on an encryption playground inspection course so that we understand the legalities and, playground equipment can be inspected and signed off on. I attended meetings with the CEO, I attended meetings with Walger down at Kings Park and Ramelius, as well as our normal depot toolbox and pre-start meetings. Yeah, it's me.
Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate that. So I'd like someone to council accept the waste manager report for August 2025. So councillor Black. And second that motion, thank you, councillor Homewood. And we're going to vote for this. Thank you, everybody. Harry. Right. 4.3, 4.3.1 is our events update. So I'm sorry, page 104 now, so. 104? Yes. Yep, thank you. And we've got an events update in here going on and what we're up to coming up.
We'll probably take most of that as read, I think.
Yeah, I think so. And the events that we've had are fantastic and the ones that are coming up.
The shows on the Festival of Small Halls was an unexpected success and a big win. It was a lot of attendance and we certainly didn't expect as many people to go as did.
No, it was a really good night.
I've had some formal feedback in writing from the organisers of the Festival of Small Halls, congratulating us on the acoustics in the hall, all things.
Yep.
So,
I actually asked them at the event because they're professional and said, can you give us any feedback on the acoustics? So if we have to change anything behind you so that your sounds good for them, because when Red Ochre Band played, they mentioned everything was really good, but they had a bit of an echo behind them. So I asked the other crew to say the same. If there's anything that we can do that you believe that we can do to make it better for you guys, so it sounds better. So that's the feedback that we got. So they're very happy.
that's good.
Yeah.
They're the professional people that use the halls.
Yeah, they're the ones that use them and they're professional musicians and they have all the right stuff. I mean, so's Red Ochre Band. I mean, they couldn't get more professional than those guys.
Well, even there, Jamie and Cora's the other night, the people coming in there, you still have a conversation. You could never do that before.
No, and it's just changed everything really.
Music
So,
in the background even.
Yeah,
it's true.
have a conversation.
Right. Cool. Now let's get this endorsed then. So. Guys. So I'll just move that someone the council endorse the July 2012 events update and calendar. So someone move that, thank you. Councillor Jones. Someone to second that, please. Councillor Kelly. Will we vote for this motion, everybody? Carried. You know, there's 4.4.1, we're on page 115. Our government's update for July 2025. So that's our council and elected members' current compliance around meeting attendance, training and development. So basically we've been to more meetings. I don't think any of us have done any development in the last week. I'm going to move that council endorse the update in relation to their meeting attendance and training and development for July. Someone move that, thank you. Councillor Williams. I'm going to second that, thanks. Councillor Homewood. All right, and then we're going to vote for this motion, everybody. Thank you. Carries. 4.5, we're on page 126. Okay, 12.5.1 is the EHO Building Surveyor Report, July 2025. We've been pretty busy, but yeah.
He has been, so he's worked with Sam for the Corner Hotel. He's given Sam a list of requirements of what needs to be done to be able to get that licensed. Bill continues to use his language as Bill does, which is very flowery. So notices were issued in relation to the second fire damaged house. I believe that that's going to be cleared up in the next week or so.
Sorry?
You're right.
Yeah.
Food Act report has been completed. There's been a building permit issued for a swimming pool. He's also completed the waste and recycling reports for each of the shires. And built the fencing, swimming pool fencing, and also for the health department. Not sure about the tiny houses comment that's there, but he must be receiving requests from people about that. I haven't heard any at this stage.
Okay. So I'm not going to accept the Environmental Health Officer's report for August 2025. Someone to move that, please. Councillor Homewood. One second, please. Councillor back. And we're going to vote for this. Thank you, everybody. Carried. The next page, 12.5.2 of the 11129. Is the development application for lot 5 Norton Street. So this.
Okay, so council did endorse an informal request from Ramelius, or an informal formal request from Ramelius to lay down the buildings on the golf course in preparation for this development application. This is a significant development. It's a $7 million development. It's just on the cusp of having to be forwarded to the Development Assessment Panel in Perth. I will just remind councillors that any decision you make could be reviewed by the Minister and the Development Assessment Panel in relation to this. So the site is actually appropriately zoned for short stay accommodation, which is what they are looking for under our town planning scheme. It's been continuously operated by Ramelius for approximately the last 13 years and by Harmony Gold prior to that. So it's not a new facility for that location. It is, however, a significant expansion. So it's double the size. So the fact that it's been a continual use reinforces the legitimacy of the proposal, and it provides council with a sound basis for an approval. It also represents a strategic opportunity to address the multiple community and economic priorities, increasing the capacity of the workforce on site for Ramelius. It also assists in freeing up some of our other short-term accommodation in town, particularly at the Caravan Park and at the hotels when there are shutdowns. That's not to say that those spots won't be filled, because there's always a long waiting list when the shutdowns are on for tourists and other accommodation. So what it will do is allow people into our community. It will also mean a significant increase to our rates. So currently it's in the vicinity of $92,000. It's likely to double that. As we talked about earlier, there'll be an increase in sanitation charges. This development application has a fee of just over $15,000 attached to it. So there's, I think strategically, I've suggested that it supports council's objectives by promoting sustainable economic development and local employment. It enhances tourism capacity by freeing up short stay accommodation, strengthens community engagement and land use planning, increases own source revenue to support infrastructure and services. So there's a couple of conditions that we've recommended here to go on the development application. that the building approval to be provided by the Shire's Environmental Health Officer, including all compliance with Australian standards prior to the installation of the buildings. The sewage upgrade, we need to see evidence of an approval of an apparatus by the Department of Health prior to its use. Kitchen and meals facilities to be licensed by the Shire's EHO prior to use. Council compliance with council's crossover policies with no new egress points to be installed, so no new roads in or out. Evidence of compliance with BAL requirements to the satisfaction of the local government. And the following plans are to be provided to the satisfaction of the local government prior to the use of new buildings. Traffic management and vehicle parking plans, noise management plans, landscaping plan, and a drainage plan for containment of water runoff from the buildings.